Next one is another Gore Zone that I have. I have quite a few of these actually. Chucky on the front of that. This one is a winter 1992 Gore Zone number 20. And there's stuff on Terminator 2. They had an interview with James Cameron. Child's Play 3. The Lost Rampage serial killer movie you may never see. I think they had a lot of problems with that movie, but I believe it finally came out. Gruesome Comics, the grossest yet. Sexy Vampires Bare Their Fangs. Step by Step FX, Bill and Ted's Excellent Aliens by Kevin Yeager. Stuff on Freddy's Dead. They said that was the scariest makeups yet. I don't think I agree with that, but Shocking FX. Okay. So that's Gore Zone number 20. Now, this issue's a little worse for wear. As you can see, I'm almost ashamed to show this to anybody. It's in such bad shape. This is actually a number 7 Gore Zone. And I remember going on a trip with my mom and dad. This is really going to tell I'm really countrified here. I was going with my mom and dad on a trip to pick up a coonhound. I believe that my dad was getting a coonhound from this guy that he knew in Indiana. So we wound up stopping at this little gas station store. I believe on the way back. But anyway, I saw the Gore Zone there, and this was the first Gore Zone I ever bought after I saw my cousins, and I just had to have it. And as you can see, the price tag on this sucker is $4.95. This was a special issue back in May of 1989. Again, I was 13 years old, guys. So here I am, 13-year-old horror fan, went into the store, saw this Gore Zone, almost peed my pants. You know, had to have it. So I run back out there to the vehicle, because my dad had sent my mom and I in to, like, get a Coke or whatever. And I said, can I get this, please? I won't ever ask for anything else again in my life. You know how you are when you're a kid. So he says, okay, here's $5, go in there and get it. But he expected me to get this and the Cokes and everything for $5. Okay? So I come back out and I tell him the magazine itself is $5. Well, he almost has a fit. But he goes on and lets me get it. And he's like, you better not ask for anything for a while. But anyway, that was a little side note. But again, there's information on Nightmare on Elm Street 5 in here. Inside Slasher FX. Censored brain damaged photos, Night of the Demons, The Cellar, Scarecrows, Luther the Geek, Horror Show. There's also Valiant's Gore Awards. And there were just 2 giant bloody posters this time in this issue. And you can see it's a warning for strong stomachs only. And it's all more gruesome, all bloody color. And the reason this issue is so in such bad condition is because I literally used to, as a 13-year-old horror fan, used to carry this back and forth to school with me. And I know that's crazy, but you know, I had a lot of horror movie friends that liked to look at it too, and then I had friends that was like, why? Why are you bringing that to school every day and looking at it? Is there something wrong with you? But, you know, if you're a horror fan, you understand it. If you're not, forget it. So, that was, again, this was the first issue I ever bought of Gore Zone, and I just about wore it out reading it so much and carrying it with me. Okay, we're going to cover maybe a couple more of these before my battery and my tape runs out here. Now these are some issues or special issues that Fangoria put out of the best and bloodiest horror videos. And I love these just for the reviews. You know, I picked up a lot of good horror movies just by reading these reviews. So I won't, like I said, it's just reviews mainly. So I'm not going to go into that real in depth. There's another one I have. I think they may have only did 2 of these, and I've got both of the horror video guides. One has Jason, one has Freddy on it. And also, Fangoria used to put out these bloody best of Fangorias that like went back and covered old things, old films. There you can see something from City of the Living Dead, aka The Gates of Hell. There's stuff on Michael Jackson's Thriller. They talk about Evil Dead, The Hunger, Alone in the Dark, Halloween, Dick Miller, The Deadly Spawn, Christine, Twilight Zone the movie, The Gates of Hell, Psycho 2. They did an interview with John Carpenter on Halloween. There's just tons of stuff. There's stuff on Basket Case and Cujo, and that's awesome. I really like these two. I have several of those. Bloody Best. There's another one with Jeffrey Combs on the cover. There's Elvira. And then here's yet another one. I think that's from The Fly. There's a picture of Alice Cooper with Jason Voorhees on the front of this one. And you can see it says Collector's Edition, not for wimps. I always like the funny little things they used to put on there. So I'm going to stop this now, and I will start back up soon when I charge the battery up and put a fresh tape in. So I'll be back soon.